Yeah, she is. Yep.
Okay.
All yours, Pete.
Hi, everybody. Pete the Moose Dassey here from Two Rivers, Wisconsin. Over to the right side, we got the fabulous Milbillie from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we got the fabulous Paul Capaldi in Scotland. And not Scotland, Wisconsin, Scotland. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel.
Hello.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Oh, great. I just got home from a visit from my son, Brendan, a year and a half almost.
Yeah.
Wow, you can tell I'm jacked. You can tell I'm jacked up. Yeah, we gave each other a hug, and he didn't want to let me go.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. But I do get a sad part because every time I leave there, he's not coming with me. So
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. You don't want to imagine. So yeah.
I mean, it would be bad enough having to say cheerio to somebody that you care for.
I know.
Even when they're guilty. But the fact that they've done absolutely nothing other than be, Stephen Avery's alibi.
Yeah.
That's the hard bit, isn't it?
Nothing but that little conversation. I mean, no DNA. Yeah. What happens? I thought the DNA counts, don't it?
It depends. It depends, doesn't it? It depends what the state want to do with it.
Yeah. Like you're saying, it's just really messed up. Yeah. And then he was telling me there's like 3 or 4 other cases in there with the same incident. The guys are locked up and they didn't even do nothing.
Well, I think the National Registry of Exonerees is up to, is it nearly 2,800?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's since 1989.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, there's Becca.
Hi.
Hi there.
That was my next door neighbor, the rally girl.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you, Becca? Have you recovered from your long trip?
Still recovering. I was actually just woke up from a nap. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you see her dog? Awesome dog, huh?
Yeah. Oh, she's around here somewhere.
Yeah, she's got a little doggy.
Yeah, Ginger Snap.
Yeah, Ginger Snaps.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of, wasn't that like when we were kids growing up? Did they have some sort of snaps for a candy? Or?
I think they actually had a cookie, or that's a cookie named Ginger Snap.
Yeah, Ginger Snap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where she's at right now, but
okay.
And how about yourself, Milbillie? It's been so long since I last talked to you.
Yeah, Milbillie.
Like 4 days.
I know, but with Pete.
Yeah, I know. It's been a couple months for me. I don't know.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I see you changed your setup too in the back. You used to have that TV in the back and kind of float in the back with the TV. Remember he made us laugh. Remember he made us laugh that one time.
Yeah, got rid of my screen.
Yeah.
Moved my studio to a whole nother room.
Oh, okay.
that's cool. Do you actually play guitar, Milbillie?
Oh yeah, very well.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I did this one.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. Let's hear
nice.
There's more. I got another 3 in the other room. So.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you actually do videos while you're playing, or?
I've never done that. No.
Oh, okay.
Play for fun. I've been playing since I was 14 years old.
That's really cool.
Wow.
Been in a few bands, but nothing ever came of it.
Oh, okay.
When you were 14 and growing up, who were your influences that made you want to take up the guitar back then?
Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Steve Vai, Jeff Beck. I mean, all the great ones.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
Just name a few. But my all-time favorite guitarist is probably Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yep.
Okay.
He's quite blues rock, isn't he?
Yeah. I love the blues. I love music in general.
Yeah. Well, I hate to tell you this, but I am feeling really ill, and I don't know if it's because of it's certainly not COVID because I've had my 2 Jags, but
Wow.
I think actually what it is, it's been so hot the last I would say this last week since well. It's just been hot every single day, and it's like a heat exhaustion. I remember as a kid getting sunstroke, but this isn't the same as this. This is like some sort of heat exhaustion that I'm getting. I'm hot all the time. I've got cramps in my stomach, and
Drink more water.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you need to drink more
Yeah.
water.
I had that
Yeah,
last.
today.
I had that last week at my workplace. Oh, there was a couple times I felt like I couldn't make it anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't
We
it doesn't
we had 85 and the humidity was just terrible.
yeah, doesn't help the fact that I was so far I've done 15.4 kilometers, so I've done about 10 miles walking today with the hound.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
starting at 5:30 this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he woke me up 5:30. Pete, I was going to ask you a little bit about cars.
Okay.
Can you remember your first car?
Yeah, it was a 69. It was a 69 Ford LTD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did the LTD?
Yeah, it was kind of a bit of a lemon. I had to put more oil in than gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the oil was slipping through the valve guides, and they had a nickname for it. They called it the mosquito killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just imagine the blue smoke coming out the back of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when you dumped it, it's woof. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it ran good. It's just that the valve guides needed to be replaced.
It's like my dad. He had a Pontiac Catalina
Okay.
station wagon. That thing smoked.
Yeah. Then after that, I went to GM, and then ever since I had GM stuff, they're a lot easier to work on, in my preference. So.
Yeah. What about yourself, Milbillie? What was your first car?
An '86 Honda Civic.
All right. Like in Pulp Fiction.
It was a cream colored 4-door sedan. And then I got a '86 Thunderbird. That was my favorite car. Fortunately, my friend crashed it into a school bus.
Not so good.
Oh.
Yeah, not so good for him.
I see. Linda's was a 1970 Chevy Impala. Awesome. Hey, hi, Alan. Yeah. What was yours, Becca?
Mine, my first car was my parents' 1986 Saturn.
Oh, Saturn. Okay.
Yeah, the family car. They gave it to me, and then they bought a new car.
Oh, okay. And what was yours, Mr. Paul Capaldi? What was your first car?
It was a Ford, but it was what we call an Escort here. It's an Escort Estate. A Ford Escort. It was a 1967. It was being sold with an MOT, but bodywork was completely shot. So when I bought it, I spent the summer with fiberglass filling in all the body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and when I sold it, I bought it for £140 and sold it for £300 because I'd done that good a job of painting it up and everything, and then got myself an Austin Allegro, which people in the UK will remember. Another estate car, but it was great, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the fiberglass easier to sand by hand or sand with
I think often with these sort of jobs, the important thing is to only put on as much as you need, isn't it? So you're not having to sand too much off. But some of it, for example, one bad bit of rust was the spoiler just behind the bumper. So you take the bumper off, then you put the fiberglass in and fill it all up, and then put the bumper back on again. It hides one or two little imperfections by the bumper being there. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I did a little. We always used to call it mudding. Mudding. Yeah, I did that. The smell was kind of. Sometimes it would get you. But otherwise, it was okay.
Typically, what sort of age do people normally start driving over there in America?
Legally,
Yeah,
16.
yeah.
16, yeah. Yeah. Certainly here in the UK, you can't have a provisional license until you're 17.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you have the same system of you are a learner driver until you pass your test?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I think you can get your driver's permit or your learner's permit, they call it here. I think you can get it at 15, is it?
Yeah, but you can
Oh,
only drive if you have an adult with you.
Yeah,
That's
with
always
the
the first
adult
yeah,
with
time.
you,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
have to drive at least for like a year like that before you can get your.
yeah, yeah.
If I remember correctly, it's been a long time.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
get my
know, I
license till I
know.
was 25, so
For me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I turned 15, I got my driver's permit.
I waited till
Right.
18. I waited till 18 because I got my first job at 17, and then I started saving up money, and then that's how I got my first car. You know.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, no,
I bought my
Yeah.
first car. 400
Yeah.
bucks.
How much?
400 bucks.
Oh, 400.
wow.
Okay.
The cheapest car I've ever bought was a 94 Taurus station wagon for 250 bucks.
Oh,
It lasted me for 4 years.
wow. Yeah, sometimes the cheapest ones go the longest, maybe.
I've had a lot of vehicles. A lot of vehicles.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I went through a handful, but I wait till you can't drive them anymore, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm like that too. I drive them till they
Well, 3 years ago, I
stop.
bought my first brand new vehicle, so
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have, I don't have
Congratulations.
no problems no more.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Before,
That's
I
what
was just buying used cars and just
Yeah, you got
throwing
problem
money
after
into them.
yeah, you got problem after problem. Yeah.
That's what I
Fix one
had to do
thing,
too.
another thing breaks.
Yeah.
Fix that thing, another thing breaks. Never ending process.
Over in Sweden, I'm sure they've got a system there where they can start driving at an incredibly young age. It's something like 14 or 15. But they have a system whereby cars are regulated. They can only go up to 35 mile an hour in them.
That's funny.
Have you heard about that?
No.
Because Sweden is one of the largest in Europe, one of the largest markets for American cars. They love American cars.
Oh,
Well, and I think in Scandinavia in general, there is this huge American car market. I mean, I'm just trying to think now, though. For likes of Brendan, we hear that he was going to be getting Steve was going to help him find a car.
Yeah, I guess to a certain extent, yeah. I guess, yeah, because Steve should know, what the good cars are and the bad cars.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I mean, would it be fair to say that probably living on the salvage yard, it's probably a good thing for learning more about cars at a very early age?
Oh,
I think
okay.
so. Yeah, if you're into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and being expected to drive. I remember pupils of mine who, during the summer, because they lived on a farm, they were, there's no restrictions. It's their farm. It's thousands of acres, and the kids are driving tractors at like 13 and 14 years of age, and
Yeah.
just helping on the farm,
Yep. Necessity.
Yeah. Yep.
The more you know, the more you know.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I take it Brendan hadn't actually got a car sorted out yet. He was just in the process of like learning to drive.
Yeah. Yeah. He was just getting ready. Yeah. Yeah.
And would most of the other of your other kids would they also have started driving at quite an early age?
Yeah. Around 16, 17, somewhere in there. Yeah.
And I mean, yes, we often hear this term petrol heads. I mean, were they quite into the cars? Was it a topic of conversation that they really did get into? Yeah.
Yeah. Them high price performance cars. Like the really expensive ones. Yeah.
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 Yep. No, we've had a bit of news recently about Steve Avery getting a bit agitated because there was a report of one of Bobby's cars that got burnt out. I don't know. Can you remember anything about that, Pete?
No,
One of his Blazers.
I remember hearing about that.
September
Yeah.
21st, 2004, Barb's Blazer went missing, was reported stolen after it was reported on fire.
Oh,
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they found it abandoned on a side of a road somewhere.
On Xander Road.
Near
Xander
Xander Road. Yeah, it was just that.
Stengel Road. It was found
Yeah.
on the east side, about 150 yards off the end of the road. A babysitter was dropping her babysitter off, lady, and she drove by and seen a two-door blue or black vehicle facing the northbound lane and the median around the shoulder. And on her return trip, there was now a Blazer in the field on fire. So,
like wow, he's got that. Yeah, I can see them going here, but they're coming in pretty fast. Yes, I did have a visit with Brendan today. The 2 hours flew by, and it only seemed like I was there only 30 minutes. But yeah, he gave me a hug, and we didn't let go for about 10 minutes. No, just kidding, at least 5.
Yeah.
And I told him everybody's pulling for him, and the extra hug was for everybody else too.
Milbillie, going back to this, I might it is a Chevrolet Blazer.
yeah,
And what was the famous car that O.J. Simpson was
Ford
driving?
Bronco.
That's why I'm getting confused. Two cars, similar shape and size. One's a Blazer, one's a Bronco. That's where I'm going wrong. Sorry. And was
So
it
you think about the K5 Blazers, or more like the Broncos?
right? But certainly
Like
we see
the one Steve put in the Auto Trader magazine, the red and black one. That's a
Yeah.
K5 Blazer.
right.
They had Barb had like a Tahoe Blazer, 2-door.
Right. Yep. But
You can
Did
see
we-
it in interviews with Stephen Avery when he's on the news, right after he took out his lawsuit.
yeah.
Like 3 days before the car was found on fire, he was on the news talking about his wrongful conviction and him adjusting back to being a free man, still living in a shanty.
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, that was the bizarre thing. He went to live in that ice shanty, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was pretty
Yeah,
bizarre.
I remember that. I was wondering what he was going to use for a heater.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what is the situation at night time when you're in prison? You know, do they look after the inmates as regards to, you know, making sure that it's not too cold in prison for them?
I don't know. I never.
My understanding is that in a lot of prisons that you don't have heaters or AC, but they are changing.
Right.
Like I think Brendan has a AC unit in his unit now and all that stuff, but like just depends on the prison. So
Right.
But back in the day they didn't care.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure Stephen, while he was during his first wrongful conviction, was used to not having AC or heater or.
I can imagine what the stuff is, what they sleep on. It can't be much of a
Yeah.
bed. Huh? Can't be much of a bed. Huh?
I know here in Arizona we don't have ACs in our prison.
And is it not also a problem in some places where it gets very, very hot?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna
And,
say.
likewise, they don't.
Yeah, in Arizona they don't have.
It got so
ACs.
hot in Arizona this last week that airplanes couldn't land because the tarmac was too hot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I actually have a friend who's in a prison down in Phoenix and Florence, and it can get like 120 degrees in there.
I believe it.
And they don't have that kind of stuff, you know.
Well, the other day when I was working on my car, we had
Tent
85
City, yeah.
We
don't have Tent City anymore, Linda.
We had
So that's
85. We had
people-
85 here, and the sun was out. And I had some metal tools sitting out in the sunlight, and I grabbed them, and they were pretty hot.
Yeah.
So I can imagine what those other ones can get. You know.
Pete, could you just do me a quick favor and just say, "Hi there, Walter"?
Oh, hi, Walter. I must have. I got the names floating by me, and I got this little phone. I got my other phone like this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the names are pretty small, so they're really floating by me. But I got to get around to getting a computer where you guys are on, so I don't have to do this two thing. See, I'm using two phones. I'm not on a computer. Here's my old phone, and here's my new one. And my new one's a little bit bigger than this, and that's how I'm operating it. So I can see them fly by me, so I might miss them. So.
Yeah.
But do you know who Walter? Do you know who Walter is? Because there was nobody called Walter came up and there was there.
No. Oh man! Oh, you're just jazzing me again?
No. I bet Becca and Milbillie know who Walter is.
I can make a guess.
Go on then, go for it.
Is it Travis?
Yes.
Oh, I see Travis's name come up here.
Yeah. Well, he always calls me Smokey, so I call him Walter. It's from the Lebowski because Eric Ozzie was the dude.
Okay. Yeah, I see Travis just saying hi to me now.
Yeah. Hi,
That's
Trav.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than being called Donnie. If you've ever seen The Big Lebowski, I did not like being called Donnie.
Yeah.
Shut up, Donnie.
I was just thinking in my head, I was like, are we allowed to say that?
I didn't actually say it, did I?
No.
It's funny, Pete. I've got one phone. I've got my current phone. I've got my old phone. I've still got my old phone. And I've still got the phone I had before that. And it's amazing, isn't it, how kids nowadays, they get through so many phones. Damage them and everything. And I've got my last three. And the only reason I've not got the ones before that was because my daughters used to take them to the second-hand shop and trade them in and get money for them.
Yeah. And I still got my other phones and they all work too. And now the kids got them today. They break them. It's like, well, Chris, I still have my three other ones and there's nothing wrong with them.
What are they doing with them? What are they do? They just drop them, don't they? I don't know. It's constantly in their hand. Yeah. So I just wanted to ask there, getting back to this Chevy Blazer Milbillie. Have I got that right? Chevy Blazer. It was an insurance claim in the end, and it was settled for just under $2,000. Yep. And in America, once
piss poor investigation, in my opinion.
Very, but what I was going to ask is, once you've actually made a claim on the insurance, and obviously the vehicle is therefore written off, it becomes the property of the insurance company.
Well, the thing about this, the Manitowoc Sheriff's Department said that they didn't investigate because they're waiting for the insurance company to do it. Since when that doesn't even sound right?
No, it don't.
They didn't call in the arson investigator till almost a month after. They didn't take no photos. What a surprise! And the follow-up officer for the whole investigation was Michael Bushman.
Well, I know the insurance company does its own little.
Yeah, but why would that trump a police investigation?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's weird that they would.
They even write that in the report.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
they don't follow up on everybody's alibi.
Yeah,
but I did a video on that a while ago.
As Travis is saying here, unless you retain style, I'm just wondering, here in the UK, if your car is written off and you take your insurance claim for it, your money, you can actually then negotiate to buy the car back off if there was something about the car that you wanted. So, for example,
my buddy did that with his, he had a 2014 Ford F-350 turbo diesel truck, and his stepfather basically got T-boned, and he got the insurance claim, and he was able to buy the truck back.
And then presumably the idea is to then sort of repair it, and it's a different category of car as far as insurance is concerned because it's been written off before, but you can actually do it back up again.
What he basically did was buy a broken other car and made a new one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's just it was just that, as I said, there's been some. This has been sort of highlighted recently. This case of this blazer that went on fire. It just. Am I right in saying as well in the report that the source of the fire was a very strong accelerant, but it was on the passenger seat?
Hmm. That's correct.
Mm.
According to the
But
report.
obviously, there's no witnesses to see what was going on. There's no mention in a report of any cars nearby that weren't from that area. Have I got that right?
Yep. There's
You know,
just a
because I mean, because if you're going to take a car somewhere and just set it alight, you know, well, unless you're daft enough to to live 2 doors away, you know, and you surely wouldn't do that. You know, you would need to get back to wherever you were, and you'd have thought there would be, you know, somebody would have seen somebody driving around. Maybe this um, it wasn't the babysitter, was it? That was. It was somebody that had hired somebody to
The
babysit that was dropping
woman
them
was
off.
dropping off her babysitter, and she was traveling down Stangle Road, and she, like I said, she seen a blue or black 2-door later model vehicle on the side of the road, and she dropped off her babysitter. And on her
Yeah,
return trip home, there was now a car in the field completely engulfed in flames.
yeah. Yeah. I suppose what I'm what I'm wondering is you know I feel like if we can draw any conclusions from this, I'm struggling to see what other than the fact, as you say, Bushman's involved. It does seem a bit strange the lack of investigation into it. You know, I don't know. It's
I just find it strange that it was reported on fire first, and then it was reported stolen. And if Barb and Steve are the only people that had keys to that vehicle, she noticed the vehicle was gone, and then Steve came home with Jody. Why didn't she say, "Hey, do you got your key?" No, she waited
right.
till after it was reported on fire, and that's 4.5 hours time span.
Yeah.
And
No,
Steven never
it's,
left.
yep. Typically,
Yeah,
with
the
suspicious
arson
hires, there
investigation
was.
didn't happen until a month after the incident. And
Hmm.
they claim that they didn't investigate because they were waiting for the insurance company to do it. Like, come on.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. It's as I say, I'm still trying to get my head around the significance of this because there's you don't want to go coming up with hypotheses that are sort of loosely based on a possible theory out there of some
Well, there's other
wrongdoing.
there's other incidents that happened days leading up to that, but they won't release the reports.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly, Travis. That is what I'm wondering. It's been discussed within the community recently as being something of significance, and I'm just trying to really find out what the ins and outs of it is. Now you can go to is it Reddit and find the report.
Yeah, well, I got it on my YouTube channel.
Right. Okay.
There should be
So
a link to the reports in the video in the description.
you've done a video about this blazer fire.
Mm-hmm.
If
Go
you could
to,
send us the link to that, then I'll pop it in the description below so that people can check that out. Pete, next visit to see Brendan. When are you scheduled? Can you go during the week?
Yeah, but I'd rather wait till the weekend. I got more
Yeah,
time. So yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna go next Sunday again. 8 o'clock, 8 until 10, like I did today.
yeah. So what time did you have to leave then to get there for 8 o'clock?
I generally leave at 6:30, but
Yeah,
I don't drive like a mad some people do. I usually go 5 over the speed limit, and there's people passing me like I'm standing still. So, but yeah, I go around. You can go the fast way. There's the like kind of like the freeway. I take the water. There's a big body of water right around there. I usually go around the water. Usually go around the water there, and take my time. It's like 60 there. But on the freeway, you can go like 70, almost 80. Well, that's okay if you're younger and you're up on the turnoffs. But if you miss a turnoff, well, shit, now you got to go all the way around and come back. And this I rather do the 60 and just kind of.
Yeah.
I left today at 6:30. I left today at 6:30. I got there probably about 10 to 8.
So the. Within the family, then you're a steady driver. Who are the fast drivers? Who are the ones that have got lead feet?
Well, I know one guy that took me up there last week. He's pretty fast.
Right.
Barb's husband there. So
Yeah.
There's Snap. There's Ginger Snaps.
Yep, here's Ginger Snap.
Yeah, since we're talking about that, did you see, Paul? I got 2 new signs on my wall back here.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
you want
to let's just here? Solo. Let's just solo that. Yeah.
One is from Linda. The bottom one from the sign from Belgium. I didn't see right below Brendan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got that from a supporter, and I had to put cardboard. I had to glue them to cardboard because I couldn't put them on wires then. So,
yeah.
So they're hung up, but that's 2 new additions to the wall. Yeah, and that free Brendan Dassey one that's on Sandpaper. The girl had colored pencils, right, Becca?
Yep, colored pencils.
Yeah. And the other one's from Linda's, would that be Linda's
granddaughter?
That's me that's me by my birdhouse. Yeah. I was going to color it in yellow to bring it out a little bit more, but that's 2 additionals from the rally I received. So
excellent. And cheers, Milbillie. I've got your link, so I'll pop that into the description. I don't know how I would do that at the moment, but I will do that once we finished.
I'm big. I'm on the big screen. I'm on the big screen, everybody. Oh, I just went away.
There you go. No, I was thinking, the one that always strikes me as being the one that likes a bit of speed is Carla Chase.
Oh yeah, I heard about her.
Yeah. She's a bit mad, isn't she?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And what about the sons? Are they cautious drivers? Are they steady?
So you mean like Steve Jr. and Bill Jr.?
Yeah. In general, yes.
Yeah, they're pretty. I think they're pretty decent at their driving and stuff. And I know Jennifer, Laurie's daughter, is pretty decent at driving. So. Yeah. And
I mean, the thing is, I think if you get caught speeding, is it on the spot phone or something?
Yeah, there's a lot of times I go to work in the morning and somebody will zoom past me. Well, I go on Memorial Drive, and Memorial Drive is 45. So I do 50 and the cops don't touch me. And there's somebody that goes past me at least do 60. And just as I get to Manitowoc, all of a sudden the lights are going, here he is pulled over. So I'm sure they nailed him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Let me just do something with this. I think you sent me another link, so I think I can click on that.
But you got your mad drivers all over. You get that over there by you too, Becca? You'll be driving, doing the speed limit, and people are passing you like...
I'm the one passing.
Yeah.
I'm a fast driver.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Okay. But I mean,
Yeah,
a
I'm the
typical
one. I'm the one passing people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
I guess
I
to
used,
each
I
their
used to
own.
be, yeah. I used to be a mad driver. I really did. I used to do some daft things. I mean, I actually got caught speeding, and I'd slowed down. This was many years ago, and it was in the boss's car, a big powerful Honda, and I'd slowed down to 111 mile an hour. I got stopped. But I don't do things like that anymore.
So, what's your speed limit
Yeah.
in town there, Paul? What do you guys run for speed limits?
Believe it or not, just in the last year in the Scottish borders, the speed limit in town has come down from 30 miles an hour to 20 miles an hour,
Oh, okay.
which I think is just a bit too slow at times. You know,
Yeah.
it takes you
Yeah.
forever to get through Gaelic. You know, a lot of the towns in the borders, they follow rivers, because what happened in Galashiels was that when Galashiels first started to become commercialised, you started having mills open up, but they had to be along the river. Galashiels is this long, narrow strip of town.
Yeah.
And to go from one end of Gala to the other, which you have to because it's the main road, it takes you forever, you know. But elsewhere on the normal roads, it's 60 miles an hour. I think it's the same over there. Is it 60? Was it 55
Depends.
for you?
Yeah, it all depends on
Yeah.
like Memorial Drive is 45, Manitowoc during the town, during downtown it's 30, but it's 25,
Yeah.
and then I-43 is they
70.
raised it from 55 to 65, but everybody does 70. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is fair enough. You know, you just got to keep an eye on what the change of speed
Yeah.
limit is. You know? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you're planning next on going up to Manitowoc? I heard you say that you wish you could do it every week. Hmm?
That's who are you talking
Becca.
to? Oh, Becca.
Yeah.
Me?
Becca.
Oh,
Becca.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, because
Eeny,
I'm
meeny,
saying when
miny,
you next
moe.
planning going to Manitowoc, because you said you wanted to go next week.
Yeah, I would love to go next week. If I lived closer, I would go often. But
Yeah, I bet you that car
I
would
don't
have
know.
wings. If that car would have wings, you'd be flying it every day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, I'm not really sure. Because I hear rumors that there might be another rally in the fall,
Oh,
Right.
okay.
and I also know that there might be one next month. But I might go to again in the fall if there is another rally.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
I saw the pictures of everybody lined up with that big billboard you were on about that
Oh,
Mark
yeah.
Hoddenett had come up with, and it was really impressive, the turnout. You know, the number of people on the steps. I would say that the one that we had in 2019, that was quite a big turnout. I don't know, had you before, Becca,
have I
to
what?
previous turnouts? Been
Yeah,
to
I
the
went to
previous one, like the 2018?
I've been to the 2019 one. I've been to other rallies, but that was the first rally I've been in Manitowoc was the 2019 one.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
No,
I've been
it
to
was just,
Pennsylvania, or the Philadelphia one, I've been to uh, the one in California. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, I've been to a few others.
yep.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Milbillie, I can't imagine you having to do anything like going off to rallies and stuff like that because you're so busy. But here's the thing: if you could have gone along to a presentation by any of the lawyers involved in the case, would there be one or two that you would particularly go and see?
Jerry Boone, probably. Or KZ.
Dean and Jerry. Yeah, yeah. And if you could pose a question for them, what would that question be? I know that's a bit off the cuff.
Many questions. I don't know.
Well, I'll sorry, I've kind of put you on the spot there. When I went to see Jerry and David Rudolph in Amsterdam, I actually got to ask the first question. I'd written it down, but it was the question.
Oh, I
My
have one
question was,
I
go
have
for
one
it.
question. Do you think the outcome would be different if you were his lawyer from day one?
Yeah, you mean to Dean and Jerry? Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. I mean, it was the original lawyer for Steve was that Eric Loy. I was in a conversation with Mark Hodnott
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Silkman, and I'm wrong because he mentioned of Segelski, thinking it was Lewinsky, but Segelski was actually the very first guy that represented Brendan, wasn't it, Becca?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ralph Segelski was the guy that discovered that he was some relation to Teresa Holbach. Is that right?
I think like second or third cousin to Teresa.
cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third cousin. Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I don't know. Is it possible? Would you say to look at what Ralph Segelski had done in the limited time he was and say, well, at least he was doing a better job than Len Kaczynski, or is it too difficult to sort of evaluate the two?
Well, I like to call them public pretenders.
Yeah. Because they're really there looking after
Our court system's a sham, in my opinion.
Yeah. My opinion is that I think because he was only on for like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
About that, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to tell. I think just in general, if his family was able to afford to get a lawyer for him rather than use the public defenders, then he probably would have had a better shot because anybody that would have been a public defender is working for the state anyway. And I felt they were all working for the state's best interest. I think Len Kaczynski did the most damage. But the other two after Len Kaczynski were just as shitty as Len Kaczynski as the first one. So.
You mean like Fremgen and Edelstein?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if they were able to get him ones that they could hire out of the area, even. Because, like I said, it's hard. If you look at the corruption in the area, it's hard.
Yeah. It was strange, wasn't it, that Fremgen agreed, or the defense agreed that when they did the interrogation, that the last 30 minutes they would just skip. That seemed a bit bizarre.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even the last 2 lawyers of Brendan, they didn't fight for that last 30 minutes.
Yeah. Guys, I'm really struggling now with this heat, so I'm going to say cheerio. Thank you very much for coming along and spend time with us this evening. 45 minutes nearly have flown. I don't know where the time goes. I love the time. I know.
Like I turned on the phone.
Yep. You never know. Maybe next week Milbillie will out with a little tune on his guitar.
Yeah, all right, Milbillie. Do you know how to do Smoke on the Water?
I bet he does.
Just joshing your belly. I had an electric guitar once. I plugged it into my amp here, and the speakers. I was trying to learn how to do Smoke on the Water, but I didn't have any patience, so I sold. That's all. Okay, sounds like a plan there. Love everybody that's tuning in.
Okay. Let's say cheerio and thank you guys for
drink
for
a lot of water.
And
drink a lot of water.
I will do. Yeah. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to put the links to the 2 things that Milbillie has sent me. I'm going to put them in the description and then I'm going to take the dog for his last walk because he's around here somewhere. I don't know where he's gone.
Okay. Well, thanks for
Anyway,
joining
thanks.
us, Becca, and thanks, Milbillie, for coming on. I haven't seen you for quite a while. Nice chatting with you again.
Likewise.
I'm glad things are better for you. We'll leave it right there. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's good seeing you again, Milbillie.
yeah.
Nice seeing you both.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Adios, everybody.
Okay. Bye for now.